Have you noticed how expensive everything has become lately? Whether it's fuel, imported electronics, or even foreign travel, prices seem to keep climbing. One major reason behind this is the weakening Indian rupee. Recently, the rupee crossed the Rs19-6 mark against the US dollar, and that has caught the attention of investors across the country. Now, at first glance, a weaker rupee sounds like bad news, and for many businesses it is. Companies that depend heavily on imports end up paying more because the dollar has become more expensive. But here's something interesting. While some companies struggle, others actually make more money when the rupee falls. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 sectors that could benefit from a weaker rupee and explain why smart investors keep an eye on them whenever the dollar gets stronger. Let's get started. The first sector is information technology, or simply IT. Think about companies like TCS, Infosys, and HCL Tech. A huge portion of their revenue comes from clients in countries like the United States. These companies charge their clients in US dollars. But when it comes to paying salaries and running their offices, most of those expenses happen right here in India and are paid in rupees. Now imagine this. A company earns $1 million from a client. If $1 equals 85 rupees, they receive 85 million rupees. But if the dollar rises to 96 rupees, that same $1 million suddenly becomes 96 million rupees. The company didn't get a new client. It didn't increase prices. It simply earned more rupees because the dollar became stronger. That's one reason why IT companies often benefit when the rupee weakens. The second sector is pharmaceuticals. India is often called the pharmacy of the world because we export medicines to countries across the globe. Many pharmaceutical companies earn a large share of their revenue from the United States and Europe. Just like IT companies, they receive payments in dollars, while much of their manufacturing happens in India. Of course, pharmaceutical companies also import some raw materials, so they don't enjoy the full benefit of a stronger dollar. But companies that export high-value medicines usually end up with healthier profit margins whenever the rupee weakens. That's why investors often keep an eye on companies like Sun Pharma, Dr. Reddy's Laboratories, and Cipla during periods of currency depreciation. The third sector is textiles and garments. This industry operates on relatively thin profit margins. Even a small increase in revenue can make a huge difference. Most textile exporters manufacture their products in India using local labor and locally sourced cotton. But they sell those products overseas and get paid in dollars. When they convert those dollars into rupees, they receive more money than before. This gives Indian exporters an advantage and can make them more competitive compared to manufacturers in other countries. The fourth sector is specialty chemicals. Over the past few years, many international companies have been moving their manufacturing away from China. This trend is often called the China Plus One strategy. India has become one of the biggest beneficiaries of this shift. Many Indian specialty chemical companies manufacture advanced products for global pharmaceutical and agricultural businesses. Since these contracts are usually signed in foreign currencies, a stronger dollar directly improves their earnings once those payments are converted into rupees. Companies that manufacture high-value specialty chemicals often see their profitability improve during periods of rupee weakness. The fifth sector is engineering and industrial exports. India exports a wide range of products, including auto components, industrial machinery, precision forgings, and construction equipment. Many of these companies supply parts to customers in Europe and North America. Once again, they earn revenue in dollars while most of their manufacturing costs remain in rupees. That currency difference can significantly improve profit margins and cash flow. But before you rush out and buy stocks from these sectors, there's one very important thing you need to understand. Not every exporter benefits from a weaker rupee. This is where many beginners make a mistake. Take the electronics industry, for example. Some companies export electronic products, but they also import expensive components like semiconductors and display panels. Since those imports become more expensive when the dollar rises, much of the benefit from exports disappears. The same thing can happen with automobile manufacturers. Many automakers export vehicles but also import critical components that are priced in dollars. Another example is the gems and jewelry industry. These companies export finished jewelry but first have to import gold and diamonds, both of which become more expensive when the dollar strengthens. That's why experienced investors don't just look at export revenue. They look at something called net exporters. A net exporter is a company that earns significantly more from exports than it spends on imports. These businesses usually benefit the most when the rupee weakens. So, if I had to summarize everything we discussed today, here's what I'd focus on. A weaker rupee is generally good news for companies that earn in dollars but spend in rupees. Some of the biggest beneficiaries include information technology companies, pharmaceutical exporters, textile manufacturers, specialty chemical businesses, and engineering exporters. On the other hand, companies that rely heavily on imported raw materials may not benefit nearly as much because their costs also increase. As always, remember that currency movements are just one factor to consider before investing. You should also look at the company's financial health, debt levels, future growth potential, and overall business quality before making any investment decision. If you found this video helpful, let me know in the comments which sector you think has the most potential over the next few years. And if you'd like more videos on investing, personal finance, stock market analysis, and wealth building strategies, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.